Yo, what happened to WeHeartIt?
She says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids.
Hi guys, welcome back to Maya Musing. I'm Maya and I'm here to overthink media so you don't have to. Today we're talking about the disappearance of WeHeartIt. We often hear people say, once it's on the internet, it's there forever. This notion suggests that our digital footprints are indelible, preserved for eternity.
That is not correct. Because according to the Encyclopedia of...
There is an important nuance there. Sure, your data is there somewhere, whether you like it or not. But when it comes to keeping alive the content we willingly want to be and remain on the internet, we also do not really get to decide. To illustrate my point, let me tell you about WeHeartIt. It's the perfect example that I will use to show the fragility of our online memories and the limited control we have over our digital content. WeHeartIt emerged as a beloved platform for many Gen Z, offering a space to share, curate, and draw inspiration from images and content. It gained popularity in the 2010s. It was more than just a website and it was more than just an app. It was a community where users expressed their identities, aspirations, and creativity. Fandoms and aesthetics were super popular on that platform. The content on WeHeartIt went mostly hand in hand with the content on Tumblr. Whether it was pastel grunge, Tumblr era minimalism, the VS Google, the soft glow or vintage filters, WeHeartIt was where teens meticulously pieced together who they wanted to be. Then, one day, it was gone.
Look at all those chickens!
It was transformed into an editing app, and everyone's content was deleted. This happened around 2023. The platform's unexpected shutdown stripped users of their curated collections. I think at the time there were even articles and podcasts, underscoring the transient nature of digital platforms. Videos have taken over, so of course platforms with only pictures could not survive. Users logged in to find their collections, their saved inspirations, entire archives of their younger selves vanished. There was no way to recover their lost content. The website had simply collapsed, taking with it years of personal and cultural history. For many, losing their WeHeartIt accounts wasn't about losing images, it was about losing a version of themselves. Think about it. When you flip through an old diary or look at teenage photos, you see how much you've changed. Your tastes, your dreams, your aesthetic choices, all documented. But what happens when that record is erased? The internet was the diary of many Gen Z teens. Unlike physical scrapbooks or photo albums, most of their memories existed only online, and now gone. The soft grunge Tumblr era, the One Direction fan edits, the early 2010s indies aesthetics, all those carefully curated identities are just nowhere. Okay, I'm exaggerating, you may find some on Tumblr, but not everyone who used WeHeartIt was on Tumblr, and it's just not the same.
Bunny Retry says, where did everyone from WeHeartIt go? Have you found alternatives? There were really good creative writers who made articles of their work regularly, and I haven't been able to find anything similar. Quiet Maid replies, I'm missing WeHeartIt every single day. You won't believe me when I say that I keep on visiting the link to see an update of plans of a WeHeartIt comeback. There's no place like that. Please come back, dear old WeHeartIt. By the way, these days I use Cosmos, but still it's not even closer to the feeling WeHeartIt used to give me. Lumo Snog says, I have Pinterest that cannot even compare to WeHeartIt. Nothing can. WeHeartIt was literally my go-to for the past 10-12 years, and just like that, gone. Also, Instagram had the option to save and create your own collections, but nobody else can see them, only you.
I know that I sound like I'm being dramatic, but I really just took one example while mentioning WeHeartIt. I have countless websites and blogs and forums where I spent hours of my life sharing content that have just disappeared. Ironically, the demise of platforms like WeHeartIt proves the entire troves of content can vanish into thin air with no one to stop it. A famous case was MySpace data loss, where the network lost all content uploaded before 2016, including around 50 million songs and countless photos, due to a server's mishap. Such incidents challenge the notion of guaranteed permanence. Some researchers note that users grow to trust social platforms as quote-unquote memory machines for storing personal media. Yet, not all platforms last forever. When a social network is shut down, the memories and identity traces people invested there can be abruptly erased. This impermanence has become a critical concern in media studies. What happens to personal and collective identity formation when the platforms that house those memories vanish? Most online platforms operate under the illusion that you have control over your content, but in reality, companies do. When they decide it's no longer profitable, your memories can be erased without warning. WeHeartIt's fate in 2023 raises a lot of questions concerning digital erasure. Unlike MySpace, WeHeartIt gave a heads up.
Let's fucking go. let's go. I guess.
Well, small mercies. Users could only log in via the websites to download the previously saved images and collections, a last chance to retrieve their content. This move amounted to a sweeping erasure of the community presence. The millions of carefully curated image boards, collections, and social connections built over a decade were suddenly inaccessible in the app. And of course, let's not forget of the people who just did not even hear about that heads up in the first place. This isn't about nostalgia, it's about control, or rather, the lack of it. So for me, the demise of WeHeartIt serves as a bitter reminder of the internet's impermanence. While the digital world was fun once, it's clearly not the case anymore, and we're left grappling to have a glimpse at the past. The shutdown highlights how digital youth culture can be transient, despite the assumption of permanence. The platform that has helped teens articulate their identities ended with an official sunset, forcing users to confront how much of their creative expressions was dependent on a private service that could disappear. This has spurred reflection on the need to better prepare for platform death and protect the personal and cultural artifacts created on these sites. WeHeartIt's disappearance feeds into the broader conversation about digital archiving and preservation of online communities. Digital archivists and scholars warn that much of our contemporary culture, especially youth culture, lives on commercial platforms that are inherently fragile. The ephemera of social media, be it photos, posts, playlists, etc., are often stored in walled gardens that can shut down with little notice, and once they do, their content may be irretrievably lost. As the Digital Preservation Coalition cautions, user-generated data on such services is stored on websites that themselves are fragile. Nothing hosted on these platforms can be truly trusted to endure for posterity. In other words, without intervention, an inspiring collection of images on a website like WeHeartIt can vanish overnight, and with it a piece of our digital heritage. Recognizing this risk, researchers and archivists have been exploring ways to safeguard the digital footprints of now defunct spaces. There have been community-driven projects, for example efforts to scrape and save content from platforms like GeoCities, Tumblr or MySpace before they went dark, and institutional initiative to archive social media data. Academic research has started examining how we remember dead platforms, including the practice of creating archives, eulogies, or nostalgia forums for them. The loss of WeHeartIt has become one more case study fueling calls for proactive archiving. The goal is to prevent a digital dark age, in which significant cultural expressions simply blink out of existence. Lessons from WeHeartIt's shutdown reinforce that digital content can be profoundly impermanent, and they underscore the importance of archival efforts to preserve lost or deleted digital spaces for future generations. By studying these shutdowns and pushing for preservation, scholars in media and information studies hope to maintain the continuity of our digital social history even as platforms rise and fall. And who knows, maybe in a few years someone will make a WeHeartIt beta wannabe version that will be like a simulation of the old and vintage internet for the new generations. Well, that was my take on the disappearance of WeHeartIt. This video was initially an essay I wrote on Substack, but I wanted to develop it into a video because I feel like a lot of people forgot about WeHeartIt and do not realize the foreshadowing of its sudden erasure when it comes to the collapse of social media in general. But I'll dive into that in my future videos. This was Maya, live from Maya Musing. Same place, next time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.